Hey there, Aries community. Soul Tigress here with a story for this wonderful community. As usual, I don't know what's gonna happen, but calling in the ancestors, spirit guides, angels to find a universal energy. Oh man, did I pick up a vibe? And the first thing when I sat down, I heard the lyrics to a song. And I don't know if these are all the way right, but the theme of it is nobody's going to cramp my style. I need to keep on moving. So the Aries, what I'm getting is smoothing some stuff out. They're getting some visions. They want to transcend. They want to go up. They want to go up. They want to improve what they have been working on. Maybe in these visions, they're realizing that bothering with distractions only puts them further away from where they want to be. There's a lot being talked about in the spirit world about Aries. This is positive versus negative. It just depends on what the Aries intentions are, what they're doing, if they're aligning or if they're misaligning. Learning to weather the journey. Oh, sometimes the weather ain't right. The journey's up an incline or it's down a steep one. That could be hard too. So how you weather that journey could determine what the spirits are talking about. Shifts. This shift is going to come at the expense of communication. That's going to be key. Maybe when this happens, something else is going to open up. It could be third eye. This could be a portal into a new vision or way of going. There's just going to be a tapped energy that the Aries in this story may find unknowingly. It's amazing how that can happen, how you can have these level ups or even these fluctuations of energies that you tap into when you really start to focus, when you really start to let go of things that you cannot control and just work towards the things that, not that you can control, but letting the divine timing happen, but you still trusting in the work that needs to be done. And what I'm getting is there's definitely 3 others. And I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if this was just spirit related. But I know there's 3, could be 4 others here. Reason why I say that is towards the end of wanting to figure out what's happening. I'm not going to lie. First card I pull out is the Queen of Pentacles. I've already seen 2 other females, so this maybe the third one is a third female. But what I got is that Aries in this story is stuck between female energies. And both see themselves, or all 3 see themselves as being right. So there's definitely something that Aries is dealing with. And it has to do with some feminine energies who have themselves up high on their pedestals. It could have to do with co-workers. It could have to be a boss and a co-worker. Sometimes work can get sectioned off. Certain workers will be sectioned off on this side. If stuff's hitting the fan at work, or say somebody else and other co-workers would be sectioned off here. This can go into family. This can go into just places where there is a bigger social setting that this Aries frequents. And a lot of times it's going to be where Aries really puts in a lot of hard work, whether it's the home life, whether it's at work, whether it's with friends, whether it's with hobbies. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's start with this intro. I got the Wisdom Chakra Oracle here. All right, what would like to come out for the Aries? Victim. This is something that's going to be close to their heart energy, not just because it's green, but I have a stone here that is a heart as well. And it's actually, it looks like one thing, but when you put it to the light, it's something else. And I'm wondering if this is what this is about. Maybe this has to be with Aries being stuck between these energies. Or maybe there's something that happened and somebody needs Aries to pick a side. Let's see what else wants to come out. Destiny. For some reason, it's at hand that Aries has to deal with this mess. Deal with whatever's going on. Somehow, this is supposed to help bring Aries into more balance. Look at that. We have two energies down here. We have what could say the dark, the light, the night, the day. Feminine, masculine. So Aries has been asking for something, and it's going to require a balance. And we have other deities here that want the work to be done. This isn't just you come in with your hand out type of thing. Some here, there has to be work. What is it about this work that has to be done? Letting go of guilt. Letting go of guilt. And this is in the sacral chakra. So fear of change. This could be fear of change. Definitely, maybe Aries has been feeling stuck energetically. And something that Aries doesn't see is this is going to be helping them expand. Helping them able to speak up. And when it comes to this communication that we talked about, that's key. Because you notice how there's more than, look, more than one, more than one, more than one, more than one. So when it comes to getting to this expansion, getting to the top, getting to where you need to go, it is letting go of the guilt, but it's operating from the heart. That's what I'm getting. It's when the time comes to make a decision with whatever this feminine energy that's here, that they think they're both right. You got to make it from your heart. And what I see here, because this has to do with creativity, passions, healthy relationships, because this is the sacral. So when you make it, see what you're passionate about. See what will bring joy. You know, that's going to enhance your creativity instead of being in a place where this Aries is going to be more stressed out. Really take into both sides, the pros, the cons. Seeing it from all views. It might be from a higher up view too. Almost one from your beliefs. Or is it that you must see this view from your beliefs? What else needs to come out, Divine? What else? Two more. Growth. Really reach into the heart for the Aries in this story. What is rooted there? Where is it that Aries wants to go? Where do they see the most bounty? Not just the most bounty, but I feel like the most medicine for their heart. Sometimes you get stuck with a choice where you can go somewhere else, say work-wise, but that's going to require more travel. Or it's going to require something else. Before you jump off and go to this other choice, what it's saying is you need to look at it from a higher perspective instead of just diving off. When you look at this path and you want to get to the top, let's look at it. Do you have the tools to go up the more rugged route? Or do you have more of the tools to go up the smoother route that takes longer? What are you prepared for? If you got to go to, say, a new employment, are you prepared to drive that extra distance? Is it something that you can see yourself still being satisfied doing, working for that company and still traveling that distance? Sometimes people make choices just based on how much money is to be made. This could be something, when you break it all down, is it going to help you grow? Or is it going to take away from you? That's where that choice in limbo is. And then we have it come back here. And what I'm focusing on is nobody's going to crap my style again. And then we have here we go. Complacency. Complacency. Yeah. I have a feeling I'm not saying that right. What is it? Because this has to do with the root chakra. When we look out and we're feeling the anxiety, the insecurity, the fear, the restlessness of maybe being stuck in this situation for the Aries, where can you find the stability, the groundedness, the security, the vitality in what you are doing and where you want to grow? Grow, go, all of that stuff. Like, what is it? How is it? What is it that there has been an end to something? Because I'm really focused on that. We've already been out of the fall. We're in the winter. It's almost like the dead of the winter here. I have somebody who's really sad. So when you make this choice, are you going to make it out of the fear of offending somebody? The anxieties of what they'll think if you don't follow what they're saying? Or is it because you're stuck between these two? You don't know which way to go because either which way you're going to offend somebody. I'm hearing one more card. Let's go lucky number 7. 8. Let's go for 8s then. All right, we'll do 888. Here it is for you, Aries, in this story. You have the universe support. Prosperity is coming and an old phase is ending. Something's being put to an end. And it has to do with dissipating the old ways. The old ways, maybe old way of viewing things. Maybe where somebody has always remained in a comfort zone. And the part of that expansion is getting out of that comfort zone. Finding the confidence, the personal power, joy, self-discipline, and motivation to go. Got that solar plexus energy here. And again, we have the heart chakra come out in perception. Perception, love, compassion, harmony, emotional balance, forgiveness. The whole thing is, if you don't get that clear perception on whatever's happening with the being stuck between these feminine energies, on the other side of it, if you make a choice that's just going to satisfy others, that's based on others' happiness and not what this Aries really wants, you could end up with some kind of blockages here in the heart. You could end up with that energy going in a reverse or going more towards a negative. And what you'll get is you'll end up with jealousy, bitterness, holding grudges, and you're going to have a lack of empathy for others. You're going to become short. You're going to become unhappy. So really think about what's at hand for the Aries in this story. Which choice is the right choice? And sometimes that choice, it could be the right choice, but it's just temporary. it gets us to where we need to go. If you're dreaming about making big changes, but you got to support yourself, you got to really think logically. You can take steps to where you can make a balance. Just knowing that it's going to be rough. There may be some sacrifices. Sacrificing always having to go and have a fun time, or always, you know, going and getting those fancy meals and stepping it down to like peanut butter and jelly for a few days instead of going out and spending $15 on lunch. Really could be one of those things where you just got to buckle down and just get a little discipline to make that movement happen. So first card that pops out for the present is I have a Knight of Swords, usually the fastest moving one. This Knight of Swords lands on the Seven of Wands. So there's somebody, this situation, whatever it is, I'm feeling like Aries feels like a chicken with their head cut off. Here comes that Queen of Pentacles again. Because they're always having to make these offerings. These trying to be sentimental, trying to understand when it comes to these other energies. These very taking, could be selfish. They're only making decisions based on their motives. And if it's more than one person in the situation, when I say feminine energy, it's just somebody operating in negative feminine energy, or it could be positive. So with these feminine energies here, they're going to be a little bit merciless. They're not going to have compassion. There is going to be no kindness there. And what I'm seeing here is there's going to be a lot of ego. Maybe these energies have gotten, you know, almost threatening a little bit of violence towards each other. There could be some like really underhanded, sneaky stuff. Mean Girls kind of vibe going on. And Aries is always trying to come in with like this peace offering, this emotional peace offering. Hey, don't be so down. Don't be so upset with this person, because we still have the mission to go. I feel like Aries is the peacemaker right now. And as I say that, what's being shown here is the peacemaker is really getting themselves in a mess. I have this Tower here. In a mess. For some reason, you're trying to be this peacemaker, but it's you end up the sacrifice. You end up the one who's taking all the blows, kind of thing. You got that Four of Swords. It's almost like you walk into it knowing what's going to happen, knowing that you're going to be somebody's punching bag here. Somebody's. Oh, it's so hard to be a person who's so neutral. And I feel like Aries is trying to be neutral. They're trying to get stuff together. They're trying to go to the mission at hand. And they really are trying. What else needs to come out? I have this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. These people, this situation really rocks. I feel like this Aries to the core. It could be that it has to do with immediate family. It could be a mother, a sister, and a wife. It could be a sister-in-law, the mother, and the wife. It could be the mother-in-law, the wife, and the sister-in-law. Or it could be cousins in there. But it's this kind of mix. So what I would take it to is almost like the wife and the wife's mother-in-law. So that would be Aries' mom. That are in hot waters with each other. Maybe competition kind of setup. And again, this can go on work. Translate it to work if it matches with work more. But what it is there's another one in there. And this one stokes the fire. I feel like this one's like the wild card in the sense to where they could go for either side. And they kind of go for the side, yeah, where they're going to get the most out of whoever that third one is. This third one, whoever they are, doesn't have the best interest for Aries. They want to see whatever Aries is with, they want to see it fall to the side. They want to see it fall to the side. So whoever this third other is, they want to see Aries lose out. And these other two energies, I would say they don't even know that this third one is stoking the fire. They don't know. Does Aries know? I hear Aries is too busy. I'm too busy to sit here and do this. So my clarity card right here. The sun in side position. And the sun lands on, what is that? The Ten of Swords in reverse. So the Ten of Swords in reverse to clarify the sun and the Two of Cups is you're not facing problems. They won't go away on their own. You will need courage to overcome them. A long period of trouble and suffering ends with courage and hard work. Stagnation. You are in an intellectual rut. Open yourself to new ideas. Look for a way to stretch your imagination. The answers to your problem is inside of you. And I'm not going to interpret this one because this comes out in both sides. But whatever this is, when it comes out in this position, there's really not movement. It moves the most in this position there when it comes to this sun card. The sun card, also sun represents the soul of self. So with this interpretation for this card to clarify is Aries really has to go within. That's what both of these cards are saying. You have to go within and you have to see what you want, how you want to expand on it, and bring in that balance to these relationships around you. It could mean putting your foot down and standing in your place of power and saying, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going to deal with this. Y'all sit here are some grown folks. Act like some grown folks. I'm not going to be put in the middle of your guys' stuff. You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with that. So we have two more cards for the present. And we have it coming on to the sun and that Ten of Swords. Four of Pentacles. How can I let go of stuff that has been, or the way that I've let the routine go? Comes in reverse. It's grown so much, you know, it's overgrown. Overgrown. And it could be overgrown with people that Aries is just, they don't know what these people want from them. They don't know. Do they want to sit here and put me to the stake? Do they really want to come and help me? What it is. But like I said, there's that one person, that third person in the background who is just stirring the pot. Stirring the pot to watch this Aries be frantic. It could have to do with the way you communicate with others. There was 5 others in the Five of Wands here. They're not in conflict, but in a sense, I feel like they are in conflict when we have this. But who is it? What is it that they want? What is it about this Five of Wands? Clarity card for the Five of Wands. It's something that has to do with letting go of this overgrown stuff, the stuff that's taking up too much in Aries, or Aries' focus. It's something that also Aries doesn't see in this story. It's clarified by the Page of Cups. So what I'm going to say before I even interpret that, this makes sense because this has to do with the new moon and the full moon energy coming back. This is going to be balancing. This is, so what you have is this full moon in Pisces. And with the full moon in Pisces, those are two extremes. Remember how we talked about two extremes here? Balancing out two extremes. So Piscean, two polarities of energies. One is masculine, one is feminine. One is mother, one is son. One is older, one is younger. So when it comes to dealing with these ones, I feel like this is where that full moon energy is going to play a role. How can you take what you've learned, but still trim away what doesn't work now to make room for the new ways of going, new ways of communicating. It could be new ways of stepping into your place of power. And what we have here, the clarification, it's, again, to me, it has to do with this new view, because this is a younger person. Direct and brutally honest. Works in a creative or artistic field. This person can be moody or very emotional. Sympathizes with others' trouble. Passionate about life. Outgoing and charismatic, may lack social skills or education. This man enters your life, or person enters your life, without long-term effects. So again, you got to get creative on letting go. Letting go, dealing with these ones. You're questioning when you get honest. You might say here, be leaking out a little bit of honesty. You might be. And then it comes back and these people try and say something else. I'm curious. One more clarity card I'm hearing. One more clarity card. I keep looking at that 4. Clarity card for the 4 of Pentacles. What is it? Ooh. This is important. Okay, so the clarity card, ooh, is this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, and it lands towards joy. That tells me you're confused on how to stand in your personal power, how to bring joy into that personal power. Your charisma. Some people may say that you're acting immature when you kind of start getting sick of it. That's what I'm getting with this Page of Cups. You're acting immature, and they put you in this place where it puts boundaries. It puts boundaries around you. Let's go ahead and talk about the block. Why does Aries choose to deal with this? What is it about this? What is the block? So Aries becomes the punching bag for these very taking energies that are just isolated in their minds that they're right, because it's the way it's been. It has been the traditional way of going for so much time. Could be a repeating cycle. Look at how there's those 3 others in here. We're stuck in a frequency. That's what we're stuck on, a frequency. But I have this Page of Cups. Even though we're stuck in this frequency, stuck in this spot, it's emotionally, it's not satisfying. Even though everyone has told you this is a good thing, this is okay, this is the way where they handle it, blah, 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 blah. Aries is feeling like this is not okay. This is not okay. This is a part of the transcending. I feel like you go in the directions of these others because you just want to avoid the conflict. That's what it is. You want to avoid having to feel like you're the only one with that opinion. That's what it is, because I have this 9 of Wands. We're really worried about what the group thinks. We're worried about what others think. But it doesn't feel right. This journey, the way that Aries has been going with whoever these others are, it doesn't feel right. It's not the direction they really want to go, in a sense. It's the direction that they're told to go. What else wants to come out for the block? Something we don't see. This Nine of Wands comes out in reverse. Nine of Wands. You really don't want to have this conflict. Again, then I have this King of Pentacles. You don't want to have this conflict, and you're willing to, it's like, give your personal power, give your stability away. Give your security away. Give your protection away. What does that mean? Well, it's almost like you're disarming yourself. Every time, you really feel like this isn't right, me being put in this middle between these energies, this isn't right. But you try and express something to one of these energies, and they come back and they clap on you. And it makes you feel a certain type of way, because this could have happened more than once with all these energies. What I hear is filling out the waters. So Aries may be picking a time to go talk to each one. And every time Aries kind of tries to place some personal power, some of their perspective, their wisdom, these other ones clap back on Aries. What else needs to come out for this block? Y'all seen that? We'll take it. It's a lot of stuff Aries doesn't want to see, I feel like. But this is what's holding them up at the same time. Yeah. This block has to do with let me see if I can do it. With the group. We have this Three of Cups here. Have this Three of Cups. Aries' wish. Aries' wish. And then we have the Emperor. The Emperor is Aries. The Emperor is upside down on their kingdom. They're upside down on how to even get to this wish. Again, because you have these three others. These three others who just, they act like fools, and I feel like they're really, really about themselves. Really about themselves. What else needs to come out for this block? Here we go. We have a Queen of Swords. In reverse. Look at all this feminine energy spilt out here. Spilt out on here. Whoo! Aries, you're just going to have to get stubborn. You're going to have to get stubborn. And you're going to have to just speak up. You're going to have to speak up on what you want. Because I really, really feel like these energies, the block is that they're keeping you. They're keeping you from where you want to go. You feel it. They don't feel it. What I can say is when you get to a point that you're starting to evolve and you're starting to see how stuff infringes on you, and when you start speaking up about it, these things that are infringing on you, the people that are projecting those to you, they will always be upset with you. They will always say, Aries, you're crazy. Aries, you're acting immature. What do you expect? Do you expect to have some sitcom TV kind of happy ending? No, but what I personally expect is to have some balanced mofos around me. Some evolved mofos. Some mofos who are not just stuck on themselves and making themselves feel good by creating all this freaking drama. And I feel like whatever this guilt is tied to this group for, it's Aries really stepping again into that personal power and putting an end to it. Sometimes people will learn and they will respect, but sometimes they won't. And I wonder if Aries is scared of the other extreme. They're worried about the other extreme. I think that's it. We have this Four of Swords come out. That extreme is, they're not going to look at me the same. I go off in this direction seeking justice for myself to end this conflict of me having to do this, being truth with myself or being truthful with everyone. Everyone's going to say that I'm acting like a rash fool. A rash fool. That's exactly what Aries is hung up on. I'm hearing one more card. Anything else want to come out? A few more cards. There's the Fool right there. I feel like this is the monkey on the back. It's been the monkey on the back. If you've always been a person pleaser, that is definitely a monkey on somebody's back. That is something that takes hold of a person because you're always worried about others. And it makes it hard to walk away when the time is needed. The time is needed to go on that journey for you. And here's that Fool card. That journey for you. And it's making the moves to do it. Sometimes you got to be swift. You have to be swift. One thing about people that I've learned, if you let them step on your toes, they're going to keep doing it. But if you start to set those boundaries, you start to show them that you're not okay with that, then you're teaching them about you and what's okay and what's not okay. And for the Aries in this story, they don't know how to offer themselves that way of going. They want to, but on the other side, walking away and going in a direction, they don't know how to go. They wouldn't know how to stop people pleasing these people, especially if it's in the family. All right, so let's go ahead and ask Divine, angels of protection, spirit guides, ancestors. What could help the Aries in this story with this dilemma, with this block? How can they bring balance to themselves and the way that they want to go? Has to do with some joy. It has to do with joy, walking away, no matter what these people say, and giving themselves an offering. Cornucopia. Cornucopia. Anyone know the cornucopia? Actually, the cornucopia is supposed to be one of the, I believe it's one of Capricorn's horns. The cornucopia. I believe it's one of Capricorn's horns. Capricorn is a cardinal sign. The start of something. Maybe seeing the start of where you want to go. The things that you got to use to get there. If we look at Saturn too, shows much about how we seek security and where we resist change. That's a lot of Capricorn energy like that. Resisting this change. But this change is going to bring on this cornucopia. We're going to find some joy. We're going to end confrontations. And you're going to open up to being able to trust in yourself. Especially when you have a new spark. For the Aries in this story, they're very creative. Very engineering. Very just have this way of going where they like to build more and more. And sticking with being in the middle takes that kind of charisma away. So when they get to this point and they're ready to go off and really trust in themselves, they're going to get that, again, that cornucopia. Number 2. What else needs to come out for the Aries? All right. And right here, this lands on the Tower. This lands on that 4 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles. This was the contract. Right here. Don't be confused on this contract. That's going to help result in bringing balance. Bringing justice to yourself. And that new moon in Virgo this month is all about how we care about ourselves. Bringing justice to ourselves, caring about ourselves, taking time for ourselves, a time to give to ourselves, then take is setting those healthy boundaries, but feeling firm in that foundation when you start building it. Because these people are like the ones, the situations, because there's more than one here at this time, are the ones who you give an inch and they're gonna take a foot. I've actually spoke on this. Sometimes when I leave relationships with people, I don't like to leave on a bitterness. Sometimes I'll find a spot to where I can forgive and I can be comfortable. But that doesn't mean that I have to deal with them still. And I had somebody ask me why, and I told them, well, the situation is they're that type of person, I can think of a few, who if I give them an inch, they're going to take a foot. And if I go on this cycle with them again, I'm going to start building resentment. I'm going to start building anger. I'm going to start getting all these negative feelings. When right now, where the relationship has ended, where I'm at, I still care about them. I still love them, but I know how they are. So I know not to go and make so much investment trying to change who they are. Because the journey is not trying to change these people, their opinions, their ways. The journey is always about getting yourself leveled up, changing yourself to where you are able to trust, protect, be with yourself, and not feel alone, not feel always out on your own. Even when the journey does require you to be by yourself, you're so confident in yourself that you're able not to feel the loneliness. A lot of us stay in groups with people, deal with certain things because there is a fear of going out on our own. I'll tell you right now, going out on your own literally can produce your own cornucopia. I'm not saying you have to drop everybody to the wayside, but what is it? What is it when you go in and you're going to make the choices when it involves these other ones? What is it that you really could benefit from letting go of the guilt of thinking that you have to stay in the middle of this? Like, look at my cornucopias out there. I am out on my own, but I am doing it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't. Sometimes it's a struggle to go out on your own. But what you find on that other side when you stay true to yourself, again, it's that cornucopia. All right. We have here some more stuff. So I have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. This one comes out in reverse. So the lack of creativity, emotional instability, social dysfunction, and fear of change. That's what's happening with this conflict. This is what's taking away. This is what fuels all this that you're in between. And the second chakra, Archangel Ariel, is your sacral. That, when it's flowing right, is you're having the joy, passion, you're in those healthy relationships. You have that creativity. This angel flies out saying that this is not healthy It's not healthy for you here. This is really taking away from that creativity. Remember, somebody's really creative. They have a great new way of looking at things. And they could be putting the fear of change, influence the fear of change. When, again, they don't want you to move on. They don't want you to transcend. They're going to tell you so much that's going to make you fear this change. I'm not going to lie. I felt this earlier when I was channeling your energy. Like, they're here. They are so here. I believe it was Capricorn. They had their ancestors really right up front. But right now for Aries, what I'm picking up is the angels. The angels are right here up front. What I'm hearing is they know that you're upset. They know that it could be just a moment, and you could be put to tears because of the frustrations that you have being stuck in the middle of whatever's going on for the Aries in this story. I really feel the emotional pain from Aries right now. And they want you to know, Aries, that they're here. They haven't let go of you yet. They haven't abandoned you yet. They want you to get to where you want to go. They really do. And it's not that you're sacrificing relationships to get there. What it is you're finding your wings. You're finding how you're able to fly. And others don't want to use their wings. You can't make them use their wings. If they want to stay stuck, that's up to them. But your journey is your journey. I have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. It's getting that stability, that groundedness, that security in what you want to do, where you want to go, these ideas that you have. Then I have the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. That's going to be that third eye. And with the Piscean energy, this full moon, really trusting your intuitions. It could be really around this full moon, really around when you make the decisions, whatever decision that you have to make here, Aries, in this story. So with the sixth chakra, intuition, clarity, insight, imagination. And going and cleansing this out, sitting with yourself is one of the things that's going to help. Taking some time to be able to slow down the mind and sit with yourself. Instead of racing all your thoughts about these situations, is bringing it back to yourself. One thing to do is maybe sit out in nature and just sit to listen to the birds, sit to listen to the background noise, and just do some good breathing exercises to ground yourself out. When this is not functioning properly, there's a lack of insight, that poor imagination, nightmares, low concentration. So get out. Let's take a breather. Take a breather. I'm seeing one more card is needed. Oh my goodness, Aries, this got me so emotional here. This really did. Go Aries. All right, one more card, Divine. What is the last card? All right, yeah. You got to put these fools down. You got to put these fools down. And I don't mean in a mean way. You just got to put this conflict down. The conflict down. And again, opening up to that imagination, that new beginning, that new way of going, letting go of stuff. And opening that door to your beliefs again. Get down. Start praying to your deities, your gods, your prophets, to universal, to divine. Align with them. Align with your beliefs. Align with your angels. They're here to guide you, and they would love for the Aries in this story is to be open to what I'm hearing is the omens. To be open to the omens. The omens could come in via through the ears. I don't know if they're picking up on something. Clairaudience? There could be something. Maybe when you're going and doing something or you're having a certain thought, there could be a certain noise in the background you hear. Sometimes I get like, and then I'll get, and then I'll get singing bowl stuff. But I usually will, when I can recognize it, I will chime back and chime into what I'm thinking about, how I'm feeling. Okay? Another thing is when you're opening this door to spirit, just know that you don't have to go and find a solution for these others. Now I'm hearing that this is very important. These others that are off on their own, doing their own thing, you don't have to find the solutions for them. Let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. You got to find your solutions. You got to take care of what you're doing. That's your mission. Their mission, they haven't stepped up for it. They're in this low frequency and competition with each other that they're not doing it. They're not doing it. If you were to try and take them on a long journey, they wouldn't last with you. They don't have the stamina. They don't have the endurance. But at the same time, they don't want the stamina. They don't want the endurance. They're enjoying being this low frequency. What it is you got some energies that this is what they live for. They live to be in competition with each other. And that is just their spectrum on life. And it's very closed. And the blessing is, Aries, is you have this bigger spectrum. You see more. Now, how will you step up into it? How will you get to your cornucopia? How are you going to bounce things out for the way you need to go? Your visions. And letting go of the guilt that you have to have chains, ties to this. You don't. You really don't. All right. So this is going to conclude it. I hope y'all enjoyed this story. This was definitely interesting. Definitely emotional. But just don't forget, the angels are here. They're here for you. They believe in you. They believe in these visions that you're having. Don't forget that, all right? Keep going off in that direction. Keep getting to that alignment and get closer to your beliefs. That's one of the biggest things here. Thank you so much, Aries community, for sharing your time and energy with me. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.